Good afternoon, this is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I am here at 935 North Garfield Avenue in Pasadena, and I am preparing to perform a video examination of the main sewer line here on the property for Anthony Romo. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping that is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping that is underneath or interior to the structure. Our examination today is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. So I'm going to be performing my examination today from this 3-inch main sewer line clean-out access I found over here on the right side of the structure. This is right here next to our gas meter. Just down in the ground, this black cap sticking up. Alright, so we drop in here and go through a couple of feet of a newer plastic pipe section, and then we're connecting up right up to our 4-inch clay piping here. So this is now the original pipe here on the property. Now, these clay pipe materials are very common. This type of piping does have a long service life expectancy. Being a natural material, it's not expected to deteriorate underground, but it is more brittle in nature and does have a higher potential for damage during seismic activity or earthquakes. Now, immediately when we get in, we're seeing some root intrusions here. Much of this does appear to be at the joints or the connections of the pipe sections. This is a fairly common condition in these older clay lines. Normally we are suggesting that these root intrusions at the joints can be maintained with regular sewer line cleanings. When they're left unmaintained for extended periods, that they can create blockages in a system or potentially damage a pipe. One of the nice things about these clay pipes, though, is if these roots do cause damage, typically you're talking about doing point repairs or repairing short sections rather than full replacement. And right here we've got a much more significant root intrusion occurring. This is blocking our visibility quite a bit, but if you look down at the bottom of the pipe there, you can see there's a small chunk of clay. I think that's a loose or a free chunk. I don't think that's an actual break there, but in order for us to be as accurate as possible, we would want to have this area cleaned out so that we could see it better. But you can see there are pretty significant roots here through this area. So along with the root intrusions, what we're specifically looking for in the ways of damage would be any significant cracks or breaks, significant offsets or separations at these connections or joints. So far in the areas that I'm able to see, it does look like mostly common root intrusion. It certainly doesn't look like we've had very regular maintenance on this line. So typically what we're also going to be suggesting at this point is that the line does need to be thoroughly cleaned. Much of what we're seeing looks to be in generally pretty good shape. Here we are dropping off into our 6-inch pipe now. It's going to take us out into the street. And more of the same. We're seeing common root intrusions at these joints. Now here we're getting into a debris field area here where we've got chunks of the clay piping material itself. You know, I can't find any place where the pipe was decidedly broken, really determine where these pieces of clay are coming from. unfortunately we just can't see well enough through here to say that there's a break. It looks more like these pieces of clay have washed down through the line and getting caught up in these roots here. There's no obvious source or obvious sign of damage through those areas that I've seen so far. This is kind of unusual. Commonly see this, but again, it's just another indication this line hasn't been getting regular maintenance. So at this point, it's more of just a matter of speculation on where those roots might have been coming from. As we kind of push up over those roots there, we drop back in and then come around into our city connection here about 90 feet from our access. So really at this point I don't find any obvious breaks or damage. Certainly are a couple of areas that we would want to see a little bit better to see if there's a necessity or any reason to recommend point repairs in those areas or repairs in those specific points. So what that would mean is that a good thorough cleaning of the system would need to be performed. Typically we're going to recommend hydrojet debris out as well as cutting the roots so that visibility can really be maximized and we can be as accurate as possible in those areas we can't see today. So that'll be the recommended course: good hydrojet cleaning and a follow-up examination with the possibility of a couple of areas that might need repair. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude the video portion of the examination for today. Please do refer to my written report for the final findings and recommendations. This is Mark Harrison of Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and good day.